I'm really excited about this recipe because it is rise-free, oven-free, hassle-free. Cinnamon rolls in a slow cooker. I think it's genius. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So let's dive in. It's super easy. Down here I've got my flour already pre-measured. This is 4 2/3 flour, I wanna say. It's not an exact science. It is. Yeah, it is. Anyway, to that I wanna add my yeast. I'm gonna sprinkle that over top. And my sugar. Beautiful. I'm just gonna whisk that together, get that mixed in. Okay, then I wanna make a little well in the center. Jack and Jill went up the hill, am I right? Fucking stop it, Julie. That was god awful. There's no well in that story, is there? All right, so into our well, I wanna crack in 1 egg. I'm gonna go in with my 1.5 cups of lukewarm milk. And then my whisk fell. Ow, got it. Today is going great. Then I'm gonna go in with my melted butter. Cool, and I'm just gonna go in straight with my hands and start incorporating that all together. A dough's gonna form pretty quickly, and I wanna get it out onto my floured surface here. So I'm just gonna knead it for 5 minutes. We're going to get nice and elasticy. Perfect, beautiful. So I'm just gonna set this aside. And now let me show you what we're gonna do with the slow cooker. Da 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 da, movie magic. It was down here the whole time. All I basically did was I greased it with a little non-stick spray. You could use butter, whatever you want. And then I've just got a piece of parchment paper that I like jammed in there to also make cleanup easier. That's the end of that story. Back down you go, friend. Okay, now let's work on the filling. All right, so I'm going super traditional with this cinnamon bun interior. I have done this before with a little cocoa powder and chocolate chips, and that was wonderful. But for me, I'm sticking with a little bit of brown sugar. I have got 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and then my softened butter. And I'm gonna mash that all together. So now I wanna set this aside and we're gonna roll out our dough. Got my handy dandy rolling pin, and I'm gonna get it to roughly 21 inches by 14 inches. The really cool thing about this recipe is that you don't actually have to proof the dough because that happens as it's slow cooked in the slow cooker. So the size looks perfect. I'm gonna get that filling, use the entirety of it, and I'm gonna smooth it out. And then I'm just gonna start rolling. Okay, so I now have this log form and I wanna slice it into 10 even pieces. Victory! Okay, let's get our crock pot up here. All right, so I wanna grab 1 cinnamon bun and I'm gonna place it into my crock pot. Beautiful. So you repeat that with the rest of these here. So the last thing I need to do before I go ahead and turn this on is, because they create quite a bit of condensation, you don't want actual drips falling on your cinnamon bun. So I get a little bit of paper towel. Don't worry, this is safe. And I just place it over top, place the lid on. That will catch any sort of condensation and make sure you don't have sopping wet cinnamon buns. And now this is gonna go on high. My cinnamon buns usually cook for about 2 hours. You may need 3, you may wanna check them after 1.5. You're gonna have to go by what kind of slow cooker you have. So I'll see you in a little bit, friends. Flash forward in time. Cinnamon buns are done. Let's have a look. They smell amazing. I am not gonna lie, I actually have checked on them a couple times, so I know they're done. I also know they look outstanding. Paper towel worked like a charm, collected all that condensation. Oh, and these little babies. I'm gonna pull them out here, get them on this board. Now, they're not quite finished. I wanna put together a really, really quick icing. I have got some icing sugar here, a couple tablespoons of milk, and then of course, you know I gotta do a couple tablespoons of maple syrup. I'm just gonna whisk that together until we get a good glaze. Perfect, and now this just gets poured over my cinnamon buns. Oh, it's hot. Okay, that is good. One more quick one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.